Hello dear friends, Fisher here. Today we continue with our beautiful stories, The Power of the Spirit by ALFRED HOSP, also known as Freddy in the book. So today Bruno is giving a talk. There's a mother and also her young boy was in the acquaintance. And then the young boy was severely disabled, was lying there passively. And Bruno said to the mother, "What you are doing for your son is in no way in vain. Quite the contrary, you should consider yourself an instrument of God. In standing by your child, you are helping him overcome his destiny." It was only his body that was so seriously damaged during his birth, and that he cannot take any part in this world. But in the spiritual sphere, he is fully conscious. I have had a chat with him, and he understood me. He now knows why his body ended up in this condition, and he has promised me that he will bear the entirety of this earthly limitation with patience and learn what he needs to from it. It is a fact that, considered from the spiritual standpoint, every life has the same rights, and no one can deny the right to exist to someone else on the grounds of any kind of abnormality. But a family that lovingly takes care of such a person has the opportunity, precisely by doing so, of learning spiritually as much as possible themselves. That is why I must point out again and again that looking after a disabled person can be a blessing for all concerned if it is done in patience and love. So here's a little story, Bruno, concerning about a disabled person. And then first, Bruno pointed out everybody who looking after everybody else, especially a disabled person, or the person has a physical limitation or mental limitation, and is an instrument of God to showing the love, to showing the good care to that person in need. So consider, please, whoever looking after your elderlies, your spouse, your children, consider it as a divine task from God and give it up as much as you can. And Bruno also mentioned that he has spoken to that person, to the young boy, in basically spiritually speaking, in the spiritual sphere. And then because in the spiritual sphere, and that person is fully conscious and can communicate with Bruno. Of course, we don't know how to communicate to the other world. That's our spiritual limitation, but we'll get there one day. So, and that young boy is fully understand his condition and promise he'll bear the entirety of his earthly limitation with patience and learn all the tasks from it. Yes, dear friend, regardless how we were born, how we will grow up, and then sometimes it happens we're born in a dysfunctional family. I was born in a dysfunctional family. And some families has been, abusive, had abusive parents, or highly dysfunctional. Everything happened in our life for a reason. And then people often ask, was it my fault? I had an abusive dad. I have an alcoholic mother. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. But it is your lesson. And you own the lesson. You own the lesson, dear friends. Whatever happened to your life is a lesson you have to learn from it. Whether it was pleasant or unpleasant. Of course, often it's unpleasant, discomfort, uncomfortable, and pain, sufferings. Yes, dear friends, most lessons come from that. So everything happening in your life is a lesson. If you see that and then you have less anxiety, dear friend. You don't blame others. You don't blame life. You don't blame environment. Oh, why I didn't, or I don't have a good parents. Why I'm not rich. I don't have like enough money. Others have millions of dollars. Why the day is raining so heavily. There's no sun. You can go on and blaming whatever things around you. But if you come to the realization of everything happened in your life is a lesson, and you own it. You own the lesson. And as soon as you learn the lesson, most time negative effect will dissolve itself. I learned the lesson not to judge people. I once see a ginger cat. I thought that was a girl. And actually, it was a boy. A woman said, he was a boy. In my heart, I thought, oh, that woman must be stupid. But later on, it proved I was wrong. So I was stupid. So do not judge. That was my lesson I learned. So I said, okay, I do not judge now. I do not judge who is, intelligent or who is less intelligent. Do not judge. People believe whatever they want to believe, and then they do whatever they believe is right. That is their right. That is okay. And later on, when we learn our actions are wrong, and then we repent and make a change. That is okay. Everybody is running a marathon. Some people running ahead, and some people running behind. But sooner or later, we'll get there. So, the one who's running ahead, please do not love the one who is falling behind, but rather help them, at least by not judging them. Let them finish their own life task. Everybody has a life task, if it's not many, and to accomplish in this life. And Bruno stressed here a very important point is from a spiritual standpoint, every life has the same rights, and no one can deny the right to exist to somebody else on the grounds of any kinds of abnormalities. We have the ideas of eugenics. So basically, they don't want anybody with deformities, or they consider any mental or physical deformities to exist in some ways. So we have the Planned Parenthood. So we want the best children ever. But every children born in any form, whether it's normal or not normal, it has a reason for it. And it's a lesson for them, it's a lesson for the people who are looking after them. So every life has a reason to exist. And I say to myself, if God allows a life to exist, who am I here to deny that life? It's often we cannot see the purpose of such an existence, and then we deny it. But rather accept that and be passionate and patient. If you do look after somebody like that, do your best as much as you can. And then, as Bruno said, it's a blessing looking after a disabled person. So, with love and patience, so you learn all the lessons. You draw all the lessons to your life, dear friend. I wish you have a good day, and God bless.